Alright guys, welcome to the gates of Ravenloft. Now, I'm gonna come knocking on this door to beat your hind parts, Strahd. Okay, let's go over a couple things real quick. Alright. Before Mod 16, we were able to go through... I've been through Castle Ravenloft at least over 100 times. Completed it, no problems. Very rarely failed Castle Ravenloft. Alright, love the dungeon. It's an awesome dungeon. A lot of people don't like it because, oh, they get one shot, this and that. Dude, the dungeon is fantastic. It really is. It's fun to play. But since Mod 16 was dropped, let's just face it, and the devs know this, and I'm not talking bad about the devs. Their jobs are hard enough as it is. Castle Ravenloft was not doable. It just wasn't. Strahd would consistently kill everybody 100 times over. The Sun Sword was doing way too much damage to Strahd, and it was unable to be completed. I bet you the percentage was less than 1% of people could actually complete that dungeon, even knowing the mechanics. Well, here it is. I'm going to go over the mechanics in this part. If you want to skip all me talking, feel free. Ain't going to hurt my feelings, though, let's face it. Alright, so you're going to go in there, you're going to start DPSing, and then what you do is you get to the sisters. And a lot of people still struggle with the sisters, and the sisters aren't hard. But before we talk about that, you know, go with what they recommend you bring. Bring a DPS, bring a healer. I recommend for all Castle Ravenloft a Healden. We go with a Healden. There's a big reason for that, because an overshield is ultra important when you get to Strahd. However, clerics are still viable. Templock, useless. The Templock needs to be buffed. That's all there is to it. They hurt the Scourge Warlock in Mod 16. Everybody knows they hurt the Scourge Warlock in Mod 16. They've got to do something to make them a lot more, a better, a more viable character. And that's the problem right now. But I'm sticking with it. This is my original character, so I'm Scourge forever, man. Now, and I have other characters too. You need to have 3 DPSs. So you need we recommend a Healden. We also recommend you need a tank. And then you need 3 DPSs. Now, when you get to the sisters, you know, it's all DPS fights till you get to the sisters. The first sister's going to spawn. She's going to be tethered by the 2 other sisters. You'll pull her away. You'll start DPSing her. She'll then knock you all back. Okay? You have about 20 more seconds. You can do some damage. I usually pop a daily if I have it. I pop my artifact, etc., which I use the book at that time. That's the... That's that item. This item right here. The wonderful book. You get the dwarves. Yes, this way they can stay DPS. You got about 20 seconds to get over to the blue book. That's over to the side in front of the sisters that we're tethering. They're tied together. I usually do a song there, okay, and that song on one of them keeps them occupied, and I tethered the farthest one so I can drag them all over once they get unfrozen. I bring them away from the other sister. That's the important part. You'll see what happens in the video if you don't bring them away, or the sister just wants to be a knucklehead. Okay. Then all it is rinse and repeat. You just keep doing it. Now the song can bring the sisters back when they start to leave, or you can go over and rush to it and tether it back. Really simple. Alright? Now, the next phase, you're going to go through some more DPS stuff. No big deal. You also might see an executioner. If you get a triangle over your head, you need to move away, because an executioner can one-hit anybody at any time, including a paladin. They tank it in, whatever, you're going to get one phase. That's all there is to it. So make sure you move away from the party if you get that triangle over your head when you're deep, and any of those executioners show up. Next, you're going to fight the Mighty Arcolith. Mighty Arcolith is a great second boss. It's a DPS check boss. If you can't beat the Arcolith, then you don't need to go to Strahd anyways. But the Arcolith is simply done. The tank has to take the hits. If the tank does not take the hit, the tank will end up... The tank will end up... the Arcolith will end up going into a spin. If the tank goes into a spin... the Arcolith goes into a spin, the Arcolith will end up breaking one of the pillars. If all 4 pillars are broken, he spins around the room and kills you. We actually all equip the Wyvern Venom knives, these things right here.
Your soul will be trapped here. Instead of finding peace, you will
these things right here stack. It's a great artifact at 12%. you know, more damage. If all of you do it, I mean, you do the math. That's 60% more damage you're doing. So I highly recommend that you guys, you know, do that. If not, even 3 of them stacked is amazing. That's everyone's getting that bonus of damage, and the Archivist will go down much faster. Not a hard boss to beat. We beat him with him only destroying 1 pillar. Now, next part. You're going to keep DPSing. You eventually get to the Sun Sword. Blah, 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 blah. The Sun Sword's been nerfed. Sorry, guys. It needed to be nerfed. It makes it more fun. And then you get to Strahd. Now, Strahd I'm going to explain to you right here because it's going to be easier. Alright? Now, make sure everybody drops the Sun Sword and picks it up. Those stacks help you from dying repeatedly over and over again. Alright? Once you die and you lose those Sun Sword stacks, you will start being one-shot over and over again in that dungeon. So you need to be careful. Now, during the fight, it starts off, you go in there, you DPS him, and then you go all the way down. He'll pull somebody down. And then he'll immediately pull, once that whole phase gets done, you run around the room killing all the doppelgangers. Once you come back up, you have to DPS Strahd, no big deal, he'll pull somebody else down. When he pulls you down, at any time he pulls you down, you're going to be facing this way. Alright, you're in a circular room. You want to turn your camera till you're facing the door. Then look left. When you look left, you're going to do this. You're going to run past the guy, you're going to come over here. Alright, you're going to wait. You're going to turn your camera so you can see all the doppelgangers down there. When they start running at you, you start going in a circle around the room, you get to this door, and you immediately jump up in the corner. You'll see me do it in the video. And then they can't hit you, and then it's all their problem up top, and you're just like dancing down below. You're like, yeah, check me out, I'm a good dancer. Now, when you come back up top, when he gets to the second phase, he's going to say a phrase. He's going to be standing in the middle, and he's going to say, try me. Or he'll say, come at me. And then if he says either of those 2 things, you do not attack. Okay, if you attack, it's going to drain the Sun Sword. You'll notice that I'll sit there when I'm doing this. I'll be swinging the Sun Sword just randomly. All that does is increases the power of the Sun Sword. It doesn't matter if I hit him or not. I also try to get the dailies back, and then it's just rinse and repeat the whole thing. Now there is one more part of Strahd I haven't told you about yet. He'll say, "Feast my pets," and if he says "Feast my pets," you might be getting bats on you. You'll have arrows in on you, or you'll sit there and somebody else will. They need to get to a candle. If you do not get to a candle, guess what? You are going to die. Yes, it's a horrible death. And then the bats go to somebody else. It's very, very important that you get to a candle. Try not to run towards other people when you get the bats, because it will kill everybody. And then they lose their stacks. And then, of course, the last part, and this is the most important part, it's only for the person who holds the Sun Sword. Whoever has the Sun Sword, okay, when you get up to the top, he'll say, now raise you up to the heavens. You start to count when he says that. He says heavens, you go 1, 2, and then you activate your daily. When you do that, a bubble surrounds you, and then you're good to go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, but this is to all y'all out there who think that Mod 16, you can't complete Ravenloft. Now you can. Enjoy the video. I'm literally just taking whatever astral diamonds I get for every day the 100k you can do. I am literally just sitting there and turning them into Zen. Every day.
the same after this.
visual, but I'm not to digital.